Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
This is kind of fun, eh?
This is excellent.
This
We
is
got a
gonna be cool.
double header, but an exciting double header.
This is the best.
Oh man,
Buddy,
the locker room
Have
is
you ever
in for a
talked to a
treat.
champ before? Have you ever talked to the champ?
Just myself in the mirror, but that doesn't
You're
count
no
on the
champ.
grand
Honest
stage.
to God, you're no champ.
Locker room roster, we're bringing to you live right now. You're going to stream it, you're going to listen to it, and you're going to love it because we're introducing George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. from Australia. And if you think, okay, you brought a Greek guy on, not any Greek, we're talking about the number 5 ranked WBA lightweight champion, the number 11th ranked WBO, 27th by the WBC, with a professional record of 13 wins, no losses, and 7 knockouts, and he's come in making his American debut to beat the heck out of anyone that comes in his way.
Exactly.
George Ferocious Kambosos this Saturday in Connecticut. We got George on the line. George, say hi to everyone.
Now that is an introduction. I really love that introduction. Look, it's a pleasure to be on with you guys and everyone listening. Thanks for listening, and we're gonna have some fun. Yeah.
Absolutely, George. I like just calling you the champ. Just simply as that. Look at these records: WBA Oceania and IBF Pan Pacific lightweight champ. I love that. I love it.
I just can't wait.
I love it, George. Thank you so much for making some time. And P.S. Love the middle name Ferocious. And I've been watching tons of your highlight packages over the last little while. Watching you on Instagram and everything. I think your nickname Ferocious is exactly a great description of you. How did you come across that name?
Not only it goes with Ferocious Kambosos. It rhymes. But
yeah,
like you said, the way I fight, the intensity I bring to my fights, the Spartan warrior you see, it's ferocious. Look, it just came about the way I fight from the amateur game. People would see and say, look, that kid is ferocious. And then I took that into the professional game, and it stuck. And what a name to fight by.
Now, George, I have a question for you. 2 questions, actually. Number 1, when did you start in boxing? Obviously, what got you started in boxing? And followed up with, we're here in Canada, you're fighting in the States, but you came from Australia, fighting out of Australia. How hard has it been, this journey, from the beginning to get to this point?
Oh, look, this has been a long, long journey. And obviously, the journey is not complete till I become world champion. And my ultimate dream is to become a unified world champion. So the journey still has some time to go. But look, it all started at 11 years of age. I was a young Greek big boy, like a lot of young Greek kids. I was 60 kilos, which is about 135 pounds, back when I was 11 years old. So look, I was playing rugby league. I don't know if you guys are familiar with rugby league back in Australia. It's like NFL. It's a little bit more brutal than NFL. And I had to lose some weight for the off season. And we stumbled across boxing. One thing led to another. I ended up having an amateur fight, and I fell in love. And I look back 13, 14 years later, sitting at number 5 in the world now, and about to make my American debut. It's been a very exciting road. It's been a long road, especially being in America and the things I've had to go through to get to America and bar the best fighters in the world to prove myself that I am capable of becoming a world champion. And then obviously Lou Dibella, who is a very big US promoter, to sign me, shows the talent right there. So it's been an exciting road, and I can't wait for this Saturday to put on a good statement for the American fans and for the world fans, and then to move forward in winning the world title.
And you bring up Lou Dibella, which is great because I've been telling my friends and our followers and listeners as well, for those that don't know the name Lou Dibella, people have to understand that the promotion company, Dibella Entertainment, also represents the current WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder. And for everyone listening, all you Greeks out there, for George to get recognized by one of the top American promoters is such a big deal. So congratulations on that. I just wanted to remark that as part of your achievement. George, you referenced that one day you want to unify the belts. Now, I looked at, and now on your stats, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're 5'9.5". I would say would you consider yourself a little bit taller for the lightweight division? And if so, is this a division that you plan to stay in for quite some time?
Look, it's a good size for the lightweight division. I'm only 24, so I'm still growing a little bit more. I'm getting stronger. I'm hitting harder. And believe it or not, I'm getting faster, which you watch my videos and this guy can't get any faster, but I am. We want to continue building, getting stronger for the division, and I'm making way very easily. So all these lightweight champions, we're chasing them. It's just a matter of time. Now that I've got Lou Dibella behind me, a massive US promoter who, he's going to push me in the right direction, and it all starts this Saturday.
George, I got a question for you. May 5th, you got the fight. You're fighting in Foxwoods Casino, Connecticut. Who is this Malaka that wants to fight you? Why does he want to die? Go on.
Well, he's the victim. He's come in and he's from Panama. He's a solid puncher, 13 wins, 11 KOs. But when he feels my power in round one, when he feels my speed, he's going to, kid himself pretty much. He's going to run and I'm going to catch him nicely and I'm going to do him Spartan style. I'm going to knock him out.
Yeah, I've been watching your training regimens, 10K in the morning, 5Ks in the middle of the day, working out like crazy. Absolutely. This guy can't run, George. You got this guy. The pipe with an You got this guy. He's not going anywhere. I love it. But the one thing I wanted to say, George, you had 100 fights. Is that true? You had 100 fights before you became pro?
100 amateur fights, and I fought all over the world.
Wow.
We fought in small towns in Russia, in Ukraine, Armenia. We came here in the US, in Kansas. I fought everywhere. I had 100 amateur fights. And for all the young fighters listening, all the amateurs, very important to have a great amateur career. That's your apprenticeship. And for me, I've fought every style already. I've seen different styles as a young kid, and no matter who they put in front of me, I'm very confident that I will beat them. And not only just beat them, I'll beat them up.
Yeah, no, and it's funny you say that because the first thing I said when I saw you is, I go, Mitch, this guy might have the fastest hands that I've ever seen. I saw you work in the heavy bag, and it was absolutely impressive. Now, what would you say, maybe the obvious question, but what would you say are your best attributes in the ring?
Well, look, I've got very, very fast hands, and look, it would have, if anyone could have seen live me sparring Manny Pacquiao, who's also got amazing hand speed, they would have thought, wow, this is incredible. But away from that, look, my best attributes is my hard work, my dedication, and my focus. Away from any of the boxing attributes, it's what I possess as a human being, as a fighter. I train extremely hard. My focus is I believe, on another level. When I see something and I say I'm going to do it, I go and do it. I'm dedicated. I'm a dedicated fighter. I have that inner Greek, that inner Spartan inside me that wants to continue winning and to become the best. I'm a warrior.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and now to touch your opponent, Jose Ferro, this weekend, what does he think he's going to bring that's not going to be enough? Because we know on this side it's not going to be enough. Yeah, George. We obviously this guy's toast. But what does he bring for you? Maybe a challenge wise.
So this guy has got nothing to lose. For him, this is a massive opportunity. The pressure's all on me. I've just been signed by a massive American promoter. It's my American debut. The limelight's on me. So for him, there's nothing to lose. But he's in the way of bigger things for myself. And I've trained extremely hard for this fight. I've done 150 rounds in sparring. I've sparred the best fighters in the world. There is no way this guy's going to stand in my way from me achieving my dreams and my goals. And I will make a huge statement in this fight. I will knock him out. I'm not going to predict the round because I'll see how I feel. I might want to play around with him for the first couple of rounds. I might want to punish him for them later rounds and really put a beating on him. So I'm just going to go out there, have fun, and do what I always do and be ferocious.
Awesome. George, quick question. Have you moved to LA now? Is that your primary residence now? Or are you still working out? Like, I know you're here, obviously training in LA a little easier, but LA's your new home?
Well, LA is my training camp. So I do my training camps here. I've been out here for like 9 weeks now. It's been a long camp. I will go back home to Australia after this fight. And then I know they have some big plans for me to fight again in July. So I will come back to LA, and eventually I will have to move out here. I'm going to find a place and bring my family here and move out here full time because it's just easier to be here because I will be fighting here in LA and in New York and all over America and the world. Wherever Dibella has the big shows for me and wants to take me on that road, I'll be fighting and I'll be prepared to fight anybody, anytime, and any of the world champions.
George, how has if you don't mind me asking, how's the Greek contingency? Have they been kind of supporting you? Like, anytime I watch boxing, Dimitri is a way bigger boxing fan, MMA fan than I'll say. I love it as well, not as much as Dimitri, but you always see the Mexicans kind of backing up each other, or the Latinos. Sorry, if I didn't mean anything by that, by the way. Just they do the Greeks have do you have a staple hold? Do you have a group kind of backing you up or anything like that? Do I have to come down there? Is the question. Do I have to come down there and start?
Because we'll come.
I told you before, I'm the best holdback guy you can ask for.
Look, I want you guys to come down there as well and support it and join the Ferocious Greek Army. But there is a big Greek support, and especially this last year, it's really taken off. I've got fans from Greece. They're very excited for us to fight this weekend, which you'll be able to see on CBS Digital. Especially in Australia, a lot of Greeks in Melbourne, in Sydney. There's a lot of Greeks out there that are supporting me, and look, I know the Greeks. They're very passionate. They're very patriotic. You watch the soccer games, and they come in numbers, and that's what I want to build. I want to build that here in America.
Absolutely.
In New York, I know there's a massive Greek population, so I want to build that. We can fill out, Madison Square Garden. We can fill that out and have Greek flags everywhere. And me walking out, in my first title fight and winning that belt in front of them. So that's the dream. That's the dream. In front of all the Greeks, and that's all we want.
Absolutely, that's right. And you know what? On the next fights, Mitch and I. Mitch is a good holdback guy, but I can do like a Kalamatiano or a Tsamiko on the way out.
Oh, that's good.
Just to get you started.
Yeah, what do you want, George? I've seen some of your intros. I mean, I know your focus. That's not your primary. That's not your problem is in the ring, and you're going to take care of that solution. You're the solution to that problem. But me and Dimitri, we can do like the dancing up front if you need. We could wear Tsulia outfits. What do you need? Do you need us to come out there and do it?
We can break some piata if you want. Whatever you like, George.
Well, look, we always got to have an after party, so there'll be plenty of dancing at the after party. So you guys can always start that. Well,
if you did have a choice between a Tsamiko or a Kalamatino, be careful how you answer this, by the way. Which one would it be for your intro song? Kalamatino or Tsamiko?
I'm probably going to have to go with the second one.
That's right. Good job. Thank God, George. You know what? I was about to hang the phone up. Okay.
Yeah, Mitch would have walked out right now because that is a deep-rooted dance in his family.
Great call.
It's crazy.
Great call. Very good.
George, I just want to ask you a question, and more for the fans to get a bit of education. When I introduced you, you're ranked differently in these different governing bodies. We talked about the WBA, WBC, WBO. And my question is this: A, why are there such different rankings within the organizations, and how come you're not ranked as high in the IBF?
Well, look, with me signing with Lou Dibella, Lou has a really good relationship with the IBF and WBC. So once I destroy this guy on Saturday, I will be rated in the top 15 of both them sanctioning bodies as well. So look, in boxing, there's a lot of different. You got the WBC, the IBF, the WBO, and WBA. Sometimes it's the guys too behind the scenes that push you through that route. So look, Lou Dibella behind me, he's going to push me through all the sanctioning bodies, and we'll be ready for any of the champions. If we've got Linares and Lomachenko fighting in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
the world champion there represents that fight. We're prepared to fight him, and then you've got the IBF champ Robert Easter. Or you got Mikey Garcia, the WBC champ. Even the WBO champ, Brave Luciano, who we've done a lot of rounds with inspiring. We're prepared to fight any of these guys. I've sparred world champions. I sparred Manny Pacquiao, an all-time great. So I'm prepared to beat these guys.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. And you touched on the division. You mentioned Lomachenko, Linares. You probably want to bounce between that 130, 135 marker. But who right now, I mean, the obvious would say, let's say Lomachenko has a stranglehold in that weight class. But who's the person that you're eyeing right now that, that could be outside of yourself, obviously, George, but could be one of the top contenders? Like you said, Linares, Krola, Lomachenko, Tank Davis is in there as well.
Look, I know they're all around me. I know all the champions, but I'll focus on myself. I believe that I'm going to be the top dog in that division by the end of it. Look, we got an eye set on obviously Anthony Crolla from the UK. That's a guy that I love to fight, and me signing with Lou Dibella and Crolla being with Eddie Hearn. And obviously they got that bad blood. Well, let two of their fighters go in the ring and put that bad blood in the ring. Another guy is Javante Davies. He had a good win on a couple of weeks ago. That's another fighter. He's very explosive, and my explosive style, my fast hands, could make for an awesome action-packed fight. So these are the fights that they're going to come up, within the next year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's and I can't wait to see you there. And you will. I mean, everyone. Again, on a side note, George Kambosos Jr., George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. You got to watch his clips. You have to follow him. You have to see what he's all about. The Greeks, the whole roster. Please, we got to get behind.
Even if you're not Greek, if you just watch your clips, I actually went and worked out right after I watched your clip. I got so excited, I just went and started working out. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You inspire, man. It's fun. By the way, who's your media guy? Like, are you doing that all by yourself? That's some good stuff you got going on.
That's all by myself. I do all my media by myself. A lot of my videos and all the photos and everything I do it by myself.
Do you want a side job?
I enjoy that. I enjoy that part of that side of the fight game. I tell these young fighters, these young guys, promote yourself, because if you don't promote yourself, who's going to promote you? And look, for myself, putting up stuff on Instagram and being a little bit outspoken and having fun with it. Look, I've signed an exclusive promotional deal now with a US promoter, as well as I can fight. That's the main thing. I know how to fight, and I'll beat these guys up. But you need to be very, very well with your social media as well.
Absolutely, George.
Like you were saying with all the Greeks as well. I'm a very patriotic Greek. You can see my Instagram and my Facebook page and Twitter. I've got the Greek flag there on me. You look at my tattoos. My back piece is a full Greek spider theme. So I'm very patriotic, and I really want all the Greeks in the world to get behind me.
Yeah, quick question on that. Did the papa sign off on that? Like, you got a lot of tattoos. I don't know how you're... And how do you not have any hair on your body? Like, I'm covered in hair. What part of the region are you Greece from? Like, how is that possible? Like, I don't understand this. Like, I'm super jealous of you, George. This is unbelievable, man.
Well, I asked my parents the same thing. I go, I've got no hair. I'm 24 years of age, and there's hardly any hair on me. What's going on? Am I full Greek?
Yeah, man.
Speaking of the tattoos, George, the artwork is unbelievable. Which one's your favorite? If you got to pick one, which is the favorite tattoo?
They all have a real special meaning to me. But look, I think the my first one, the Spartan with the Greek flag behind it. I think that's the one that stands out. Obviously, being my first tattoo at 16, meant a lot to me. And to have that on my back, and that's my shield, I believe, when I fight. You said, "Do I fight?" Everyone can see the back, the tattoo, the Greek flag there, and that's the warrior I am. So that's probably my favorite one.
Awesome.
Absolutely. So, again, everyone, you're listening. George Ferocious Kambosos Jr., lightweight champion, making his American debut at the Foxwoods Resorts in Mashantucket, Connecticut. George, we're going to have a little fun here. We're going to throw, we do a little segment.
Yeah.
Okay, and we call it Maga or Malaka.
Yeah.
And
so all you got to do is we just say something, and then you tell if it's a Maga move or a Malaka move, or if the person's a Malaka or a Maga. It's a very simple game. You in?
What was a Maga?
Maga or Malaka?
Oh, Malaka. All right, perfect.
Yeah.
I got it now.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to throw some names at you. You tell them if they're a Maga, we love these people, or a Malaka, we don't like these people.
Exactly.
Mike Tyson.
He's a Manga.
Manny. That's it. Yeah.
That's right. You got it right, buddy.
Yeah. Manny Pacquiao.
He's a Manga. Manny Pacquiao. I've spent a lot of time with him, so he's definitely a Manga.
Roy Jones Jr.
He's another Manga.
Me and you are on the right track. We've got the same answers. Floyd Mayweather Jr.
He's a Manga, but he can also be a Malaka sometimes. He's boxing wise, he's a Manga. He's a Manga.
That's awesome.
Yeah, fair. Vasyl Lomachenko.
Well, look, he's a guy that got my eyes set on too. So for him, yeah, he's a Malaka.
That's right.
I was going to say, George, if you don't want to say it, I'll jump in and say the Malaka part for you.
Absolutely.
I'll say I'm not worried about him.
That's right, buddy. You know what? Exactly.
That guy will be doing his cross before he gets in the ring when he faces you. That I know. Canelo Alvarez.
Well, he's a Malacca because he stuffed himself up.
Yeah. Don King.
Another Malacca.
Yeah. 100%.
Let's go here. Bob Arum.
Well, I'm not signed to him, so he's another Malacca. I actually sparred Manny Pacquiao in Brisbane in front of him. And he had the opportunity to sign me, but they didn't want to go down that road. But I'm very happy to be with Lou Dibella.
You made the right choice. Lou Dibella is the straightest shooter in the boxing game. I love Lou Dibella. Conor McGregor.
What he done recently is a big Malacca.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
That's great. George, I got to ask you a question. We do another segment, but we're not going to really go into it. But because you're obviously training super hard, we do another segment called Food versus Sex. My question is this. Once you beat the crap out of this guy come Saturday, what's the first thing that's on your mind? Food or sex?
Well, look, on my mind is an In-N-Out burger. I'm in LA. I'm not far from In-N-Out burger, so that's probably the first thing on my mind, food.
And that makes you the biggest MAGA.
And the biggest Greek that we know. Awesome.
I'm a true Greek, and then I got to eat.
Last questions before we let you off the handle here, George. Thanks again. Number one, favorite boxer of all time growing up?
Favorite boxer of all time, Roberto Duran.
Ooh, nice one. Yeah. Favorite gloves to wear?
And amazing, especially at lightweight. Just he was ferocious, and I'd love to, replicate what he's done in his career.
Yeah, fair point. He's the only guy that actually had the guts to move up in that middleweight division and take on all those guys when no one else wanted to fight some of those players there. And favorite gloves to wear, George?
Winnings. I wear the Winnings, the Japanese glove. They're a beautiful glove. They're a great fit, and I've had pretty much all my pro fights in the Winnings.
Historic boxing fight that stands out to you that either made you a fan or one that you could watch over and over again?
Look, I think Muhammad Ali and Joe Fraser, especially in that 15th round where Fraser quit and Muhammad Ali, they were both not going to get up from the stool, and Ali got up. That's the stuff of movies, in real life.
If you could go back in time, or even in time right now, who is the dream fight for George Ferocious Kambosos Jr.?
Exactly.
Well, the dream fight is obviously Roberto Duran. He was my all-time greatest lightweight. So for me to test my skills and my will, my speed and my power against a guy like himself, that's a guy I'd love to test myself against and see where I stand against the greatest lightweight of all time.
That's awesome. George, there you go, man. Is there anything you want to say, George, kind of to all the fans out there that are listening and that want to learn a little bit more about you? Go ahead, George. It's your time. Rock and roll, man. Tell the people what you how you want to finish this off.
Well, look, you got a serious Greek fighter here, a Spartan warrior, a guy that will be world champion. It's just a matter of time. I want all the Greeks. I'm very patriotic Greek. I want them all behind me, supporting me, especially for my American debut this Saturday in Connecticut at Foxwoods. Any Greeks down that way, please come to the fight, support me. Bring your flag, bring your Greek flag. If you got it, bring it with you. That just motivates me even more. For the people that can't make the fight, tune in CBS Digital. I'll be putting all the links on my social media. You can tune in and watch me put on a big statement, Spartan style, this Saturday.
Absolutely, and we're going to be cheering you on. You can count on us. And for everyone out there, like we said, it's going down this Saturday at the Foxwoods Resort in Connecticut. If you want tickets, you're local, you're listening to this, foxwoods.com, ticketmaster.com, or you can call in 1-800-200-2882. George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. He's going to kick the ever-loving Scott out of this guy. Let's put it out there. And we can't wait for your next fight, George. Really thank you for coming on.
Thanks for your time, champ.
And just give us your handles, your Twitter handles, so everyone can follow you.
It's been a pleasure speaking to you guys, and happy to be on. Everyone, jump on my Instagram, George Kambosos Jr., my Twitter at George Kambosos, and my Facebook page at George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. You can see all the training, all the fights, especially this last week I'll be putting some more stuff up before I knock this guy's head off on Saturday.
That's the way you end it. George, you go relax. You take care of yourself. Stay focused. We're out. Thanks for the time, George.
Thanks, guys. I'll speak to you after a great victory.
Absolutely.
Good luck, my friend.